of the functionality and the very interesting use case. I'm just very curious to know from the audience, right? I mean, it's obvious that it's clear for me, for Ivan and Andrea probably. I'm just curious to know your opinion. If you can tell us in the chat just a rating from 1 to 10, how useful is it, or do you think it might be to use this tool? 1 being absolutely not useful and 10 being excellent, right? So I'm just curious for your opinion here. In the meantime, we're not going to discuss ratings here, but it's just for us as a learning exercise for us. In the meantime, I would like to go to questions. So we're opening up for the Q&A session. And I saw some questions already posted here. One is from Angel. How much time can you save by using this tool in respect to traditional non-electronic procedures approximately in your experience? Any idea how much time you could save by using the tool as opposed to traditional methods, Evan?
So what's typical about the quality by design methodology is that in the end, you could also see it from the figure that Andrea showed. In the beginning, you will have to spend a little bit more time. So in the beginning, you're really going to do the work very thoroughly. But the idea is that by the end, by designing quality inside of your process and really characterizing it very well, understanding it very well, you will save time towards the end. So I would say that you could save up to 50% of time with your process development efforts typically.
Okay, that's interesting. Absolutely. So I have another question. So Angel, if that answers your question, if you have a follow-up question, let us know. I have another question from Emat. I guess that's for Ivan also. How efficient is the fixed bed bioreactor in comparison to the classical one? Is the output the same or better or worse? Any idea here? This is very specific to the fixed bed bioreactor, I guess.
It's a little bit specific to the case and not really to the methodology, but I will answer it shortly. So in comparison to other bioreactors, for example, stir tank bioreactors with microcarriers, the fixed bed reactor is more efficient in certain ways. For example, in purifying your process, but also in culturing stem cells, for example, which don't like high shear environments. So it's better in certain aspects and a little bit worse in other aspects.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Ivan. I have another question from Mohammed. What is the cost of the software? Good question, Mohammed. I think, yeah, it will depend on your use case. He also asks, what is the time period for return on investment? What I propose then, Mohammed, is to reach out. Well, our sales team will reach out to you to explain cost, because it depends on the use case, the amount of projects that you have. Regarding the time period for return on investment, Ivan already mentioned 50% of the time can be saved by using the tool. So then, depending on the cost and how much you use the tool, you can definitely come up with a very interesting return on investment in a short time frame. So, but let's take that discussion through another channel if that's okay with you. All right, another question. So these ones are answered. Let me see. The other question from Linda: is it possible to create multiple projects and carry them out in parallel?
Yes, this is possible. So what I showed you right now is only one project representing a process, but you can make as many projects in parallel as you would like. So you can develop multiple processes in parallel. You also have the functionality to, if you have two very similar processes, to just copy a project and start developing the second version of the process, or even just copy part of the process.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. So you can definitely carry them out in parallel, and you can save work by duplicating or copying the whole process or part of the process, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I hope that answers the question. Michelle, if we want to start a project for a closely related process, is it necessary to start from scratch? So yeah, I guess that also is answered then, right?
Yes.
We can just duplicate it.
Here you would indeed use the copying functionality and copy the whole process or part of the process.
Yep. Okay, we have just 1 minute left, so let's squeeze one more in. Is it possible to also take process scaling and cost considerations into account? From Brian.
Yes, this is possible. So together with the CQAs, you can also add process characteristics that you would want to meet, for example, scaling requirements or total yield requirements, or even you could specify there a cost per unit of cells, per million cells, for example, that you would want to manufacture. And then you can treat this also as a quality attribute of the process.
Yeah, exactly. That makes a lot of sense. All right. So yeah, we reached the end of the webinar. Thank you all for your interesting questions, for your time with us today in this 1 hour webinar. Special thanks for Andrea from QBD and Evan from Antleron for your very clear explanations. I really appreciate it coming online with you guys today. And with that, let's wrap up and hope to see you soon in the future. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks a lot.
My pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for the invitation. Bye.